Hello. Now we're gonna talk about challenging discrimination. Discrimination based on gender identity and sexual orientation remain a pervasive issue in many societies. These presentations aims to equip individuals, organizations, and institutions with a strategic framework and set of tools to challenge such discrimination in an effective way. We'll begin by exploring the current landscape of discrimination, supported by recent data and case studies, then move into actionable frameworks and interventions. This initiative is part of No Judgement Zone project, emphasizing empowerment, safety, and intersectionality as a key value. By the end of this presentation, you'll not only understand the challenges of LGBTQIA+ individuals face, but also feel equipped and inspired to take meaningful action in your community or organizations. Understanding the problem. To develop effective interventions, we must firstly understand the nature and impact of discrimination. LGBTQIA+ individuals face various forms of marginalizations, from systematic institutional exclusion to overt violence. According to European Union Agency for Fundamental Rights, 55% of LGBTQIA+ individuals experience harassment in 2023, as a significant increase from previous years. This includes verbal abuse, denial of services, and even physical attacks. For LGBTQ+ youth, the situation is especially dire. 67% report being bullied at school, contributing to higher levels of mental health issues and suicide. These realities underscore the urgent need for informed, targeted responses that address not only incidents but also the broader structural inequalities. Legal and human rights content. Legal frameworks for a critical line of defense against discrimination is important. In the European Union, the Charter of Fundamental Rights explicitly prohibits discrimination on grounds of sexual orientation and gender identity. Additionally, the Employment Equality Directive mandates equal treatment in the workplace across all member states. However, legislation alone is not enough. While the legal infrastructure exists, enforcement and awareness often lag. 2023 European Union-wide survey revealed that 36% of LGBTQ+ individuals still experience discrimination, despite these legal guarantees. This disconnect highlights the need of a greater implementation efforts and legal literacy among vulnerable communities. Understanding the legal landscapes is key of advocating effectively and protecting rights of both individuals and the structural levels. Framework for action. To effectively challenge discrimination, we must adopt a robust framework that is principle-driven and adaptable. At its core is intersectionality, the recognition that gender identity and sexual orientation often intersect with other axes of oppression, such as race, disability, and socioeconomic status. Safety and employment are foundational. Any framework must prioritize the physical and psychological safety of LGBTQ+ individuals, while amplifying their voices in shaping interventions. This not only ensures relevance but also builds trust and sustainability. Strategically, efforts should be phrased. starting with community needs assessment, followed by co-creation of programs, building partnership with advocacy groups, and finally implementing feedbacks loops for monitoring and improvement. Toolkit to challenge discrimination. Effective actions requires a comprehensive toolkit that spans education, community engagement, and institutional challenge. First, education. This includes developing training programs, classroom modules, and campaigns to raise awareness of LGBTQ plus rights and identities. At the community level, support networks are critical. Peer lead groups, mentoring programs, and safe space empower individuals and create a sense of belonging and resilience. These spaces also provide a platform for leadership development and advocacy. Institutionally, policies must evolve. Schools, workplaces, and public services should adapt and enforce guidelines that protect LGBT plus individuals and promote inclusive practices. Together, these tools create an ecosystem of equality. Okay, real-world case studies. Successful actions against discrimination in Europe. Across Europe, numerous success stories highlight the power of collective action and legal advocacy. In Spain, a senior care home dedicated to LGBTQ plus residents opened in Madrid, offering both safety and cultural competences in elder services. In Romania, the European Court of Justice ruled in favor of transgender men who had been denied legal recognition, establishing a precedent for human rights protections across the European Union. At the grassroots level, locally lead individuals such as allyship training, community organizing, and public visibility campaigns have demonstrated powerful reduction in stigma and increases in civic support. These examples show that real change is possible from the courtroom to the community. Call to action and conclusion. Challenging discrimination is not a one-time effort. It's a continuous process that requires courage, commitment, and collaboration. As allies, educators, and advocates, we each have a vital role to play in fostering inclusivity. Start by taking a stand. Speak up against bias when you see it. Listen actively to LGBTQ plus experiences and use your platforms to amplify the voices. Education is equally essential, whether through community workshops, school programs, or workplace trainings. Finally, push for systemic change. Join or support campaigns that demand inclusive policies, legal reforms, and enforcement of anti-discrimination measures. Together, we can build a society that truly lives up to the values of equality and human dignity for everybody. Thank you so much.